And for this meditation, you want to sit with a lifted spine. So if that's on the floor, that's fine, but you can also support yourself against a wall or in a chair. Sometimes chairs are more comfortable for a longer sit. Also, besides a nice lifted spine, it's important to feel the sit bones rooting into the earth, rooting into the surface that you're sitting upon. Just be sure that the knuckles of the sit bones are straight down, that you're not rocking your pelvis forward or back. And if it feels like you are rocking your pelvis forward and back and you can't find a comfortable position, that's where a chair can be helpful, or even just getting the higher lift under your pelvis. More blankets, an extra block, whatever you need. So it's easy to keep the sit bones straight down into the earth. The hands can rest with palms up or palms down. Palms down is more grounding. Palms up is more a gesture of surrender. Eyes are closed. Take some deep breaths. Now imagine that you are out on a walk and you come to the edge of the forest. And at the edge of the forest, you notice a pathway. Knowing it would be safe to take this pathway, you start down it. Notice as you're walking the earth beneath your feet. Notice the smell of the earth in the air. Perhaps it's rained recently. Continue walking and notice how the trail becomes more narrow and the forest becomes thicker. There's so many trees that it actually starts to be a little dark, but it's still daylight, you're still safe. And perhaps as you walk, you touch some of the trees that you pass by. The path gets narrow enough that just touching tree after tree to get by, you keep following the path. And then up ahead, you see it's starting to get lighter. The trees start to open up. There's not as many of them. And as you continue down the path, you see ahead, there's an opening. And in this opening, in the middle of the forest, this beautiful meadow, right in the center of the meadow, deep in the middle of the forest, there's a single oak tree. The oak tree is the king of the forest. So you feel compelled to go to it. And as you walk towards the oak, again, you can smell, feel, notice the earth, the smell of the forest, the sounds of the animals. And you decide you'll sit for meditation by this mighty oak. So sit down next to the oak tree. Let your body settle, feel comfortable. Your eyes are closed, but you still notice the forest around you. And something about being next to the mighty oak makes you feel like you're becoming like an oak. So you feel like your legs and your sit bones just root further down and intertwine with the roots of the tree. Your torso becomes more and more like a trunk of a tree. And from the top of your head, you imagine that you're growing branches upwards. Everything about your body is now mimicking the mighty oak. Get into your senses and notice all you can about how it feels to be a mighty oak deep in the forest. What does it feel like? What does it look like? If you could see yourself from the outside, how do you look? What sounds do you notice? What smells? What taste? Be aware and notice. And gradually calling yourself back to being human. Let your branches come back into center. Bring your roots back into yourself. Let your trunk fade. And before you make your way back out of the forest, just pause to thank the mighty oak for its lesson. And you gradually make your way back up to standing in your mind and start to walk back to the path that will lead you out of the forest. And going through the dark places, the narrow pathway. Letting your hands touch trees on your way out. Eventually finding the edge of the forest and back onto your walk and back with your day. And then we'll gradually bring our hands together at the heart. And we'll seal in this meditation practice with an Om. Om Shanti. May you be at peace. May your heart remain open. May you awaken to the light of your own true nature. May you be healed. May you be the source of healing for all beings. Thank you so much for being here today. See you next time.